The Great Plains are located throughout the Canadian provinces Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, and also throughout the United States, stretching from North Dakota all the way to Texas. The grasslands have high evaporation rates and low amounts of rainfall caused by the rain shadow of the Rocky Mountains, which lead to the lack of trees. The plains have extreme weather conditions, in the winter exhibiting temperatures which drop below zero, and in the summer, blistering direct sunlight constantly hits the vast grasslands. The Great Plains is often plagued by dust storms due to high winds and dry soil. A multitude of animals inhabit the Great Plains, some of which include the American bison, pronghorn, prairie dog, and the black-footed ferret. Grazing mammals on the plains have adapted to primarily eating grasses found on the prairie, like the buffalo grass. Many have grinding teeth and chambered stomachs which can help to more easily digest their diet of various grasses. Many animals have also adapted to the lack of trees on the Great Plains. With no cover, animals have to run, burrow, or herd together for protection against predators. The pronghorn is one example, which can run up to 55 miles per hour. It evolved thousands of years ago to avoid predation by the extinct American cheetah. Prairie dogs are considered to be one keystone species of the Great Plains. They create islands of habitat which benefit over 150 species. Prairie dogs also play a large role in becoming prey for other animals of the Great Plains like the coyotes, eagles, badgers, and critically endangered black-footed ferrets. Many animals also like the black-footed ferret and tiger salamander use their burrows as shelter. Prairie dogs fertilize the soil and move layers of soil around when creating burrows, which allows oxygen to be mixed in again with the soil. Therefore, this results in a more diverse selection of grasses being able to grow, supporting grazing species like the bison. Black-footed ferret is a critically endangered species, mainly due to the loss of habitat and prey. They were thought to have gone extinct in 1979, but a small population of a dozen or so were rediscovered in 1981. Immediately thereafter, captive breeding attempts were made to save the population from total extinction. The loss of its main food source, prairie dogs, which amount to 90% of its total diet, are attributed to its rapid decline in population. Black-footed ferrets use prairie dog burrows as shelters as well, leading to loss of habitat which attributed to their decline as well. Captive breeding efforts have been successful, with self-sustaining populations introduced to South Dakota, Arizona, and Wyoming. Massive agriculture in the early 20th century to present day have caused irreparable damage and have decimated the Great Plains. Farmers plowed much of the Great Plains and removed many of the native grasses in order to grow crops like wheat and corn. Farmers killed off 98% of the prairie dog population during the 20th century because of their burrowing and destructive landscaping. This in turn had a negative effect on the populations of many species, one of which is the endangered black-footed ferret. Relocation of prairie dogs from areas they are under threat to protected areas may help the population to restabilize before attempting to grow their population widespread across the Great Plains. The removal of native grasses with tight-knit root systems for agriculture caused dry dirt to become loose, ultimately causing the destructive dust bowls of the late 1920s and 1930s, and continues to cause dust storms to this day.